Welcome to my channel. Value Quarter Dollar. The 1965 United States quarter dollar is a historically significant coin that reflects a major transition in American currency, both in composition and symbolism. Issued by the United States Mint, this quarter features the enduring portrait of George Washington on the obverse front, a design originally created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. On this side, you will see the inscriptions, Liberty, arching above Washington's head, the year, 1965, below, and the national motto, In God We Trust, placed to the left of his profile. This motto, officially adopted as part of U.S. coinage in the 19th century and later reaffirmed during the Cold War era, reflects the country's historical emphasis on faith and moral identity. The reverse, back, of the coin displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbols of military readiness and peace, adapted from the Great Seal of the United States. Above the eagle appears the inscription, United States of America, with E pluribus unum, out of many, one, written in a ribbon across the eagle's neck, expressing the unity of the states into one nation. Below the eagle is the denomination, quarter dollar. What makes the 1965 quarter particularly important is its composition change. Prior to 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. But due to rising silver prices and coin shortages, the United States Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965. This law removed silver from circulating dimes and quarters, replacing it with a copper nickel-clad composition, specifically, a pure copper core sandwiched between two outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change marked the end of an era for precious metal coinage in everyday transactions and made the 1965 quarter the first of its kind in the new clad series. Interestingly, to discourage hoarding during the transition, no mint marks were used on coins from 1965 to 1967. So all 1965 quarters lack the usual identifying letters that indicate where they were minted. From a collector's perspective, the 1965 quarter is generally common in circulated condition due to its high mintage. Over 1.8 billion coins were produced, but it still holds value as a milestone issue. Uncirculated examples are coins with errors, such as striking anomalies or rare silver planche mistakes, can be more desirable. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, maintaining the same size and appearance as earlier silver quarters despite the internal change in materials. Its reeded edge, grooved sides, remains consistent with previous designs, originally intended to prevent the shaving of precious metal from coins. In broader cultural and historical context, the inscriptions, Liberty, In God We Trust, and E pluribus unum, together encapsulate key elements of American identity, freedom, faith, and unity. The 1965 quarter stands as a quiet but powerful artifact of economic adjustment, political decision-making, and national symbolism during a time when the United States was navigating both domestic change and global tensions. Even today, it continues to circulate, often unnoticed, yet it carries with it a layered story of transition from silver to modern coinage and the enduring imagery of one of America's most recognized founding figures. The next top. The 1978 United States quarter dollar is a coin of the United States worth 25 cents. Officially known as the Washington quarter. The coin was issued by the United States Mint and features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The Washington quarter design was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, and continued to be used for decades, including in 1978. The obverse, front, of the 1978 quarter shows Washington facing left, designed by John Flanagan. Above Washington's head appears the word, Liberty, representing one of the fundamental ideals of the United States. To the left of the portrait is the national motto, In God We Trust, officially adopted as a U.S. motto and appearing on American coinage as an expression of faith and historical tradition. The date, 1978, appears below Washington's portrait, indicating the year the coin was struck. The reverse, back, of the 1978 quarter displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing readiness to defend the nation, while olive branches beneath represent peace. Above the eagle appears the inscription, United States of America, identifying the issuing country. Directly below that is the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, which translates to, out of many. 1. This motto reflects the union of many states, peoples, and cultures into one nation. The phrase has been used on United States coinage since the late 18th century and remains one of the country's most recognized mottos. Beneath the eagle is the denomination, quarter dollar, indicating the coin's value of 25 cents. The 1978 Washington quarter was struck primarily in a copper-nickel-clad composition. The coin consists of an inner core of pure copper sandwiched between outer layers containing copper and nickel. This composition replaced the earlier 90% silver coinage that ended for quarters after 1964. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and features a reeded edge with 119 ridges. Quarters from 1978 were produced at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins from Philadelphia generally bear no mint mark, while those from Denver carry a small, D, mint mark on the obverse. Proof versions were also produced at the San Francisco Mint and carry an S mint mark. The phrase, liberty, on the coin reflects a core principle of American political philosophy dating back to the nation's founding. It symbolizes freedom, self-government, and individual rights. The inscription, "In God We Trust," first appeared on certain U.S. coins during the 19th century and gradually expanded to most circulating denominations. Many collectors study the historical and cultural significance of this motto because it reflects debates about religion, national identity, and public symbolism in the United States. Meanwhile, E pluribus unum originates from Latin and was adopted in 1782 as part of the Great Seal of the United States. It emphasizes the creation of a single nation from multiple colonies and states. Collectors often examine 1978 quarters for mint state quality, unusual errors, and proof strikes. Most circulated examples are common and worth only face value, but uncirculated specimens with sharp details and original luster can command premiums among collectors. Some quarters may exhibit minting errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, clipped planchets, or other unusual characteristics. Coins certified in exceptionally high grades by professional grading services are generally more valuable than ordinary circulated examples. Historically, the year 1978 was a period during which the Washington quarter remained one of the most widely used coins in everyday American commerce. Millions of these coins circulated through banks, businesses, vending machines, and households. The design remained largely unchanged until the introduction of later commemorative quarter programs, including the famous 50-state quarters program launched in 1999. Because of this long production history, the 1978 quarter represents an important part of the classic Washington quarter series collected by numismatists around the world. For many coin enthusiasts, the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and "E pluribus unum" are more than simple words. Together they represent ideals that have appeared on American coinage for generations: freedom, faith, unity, and national identity. The 1978 Washington quarter serves as a small but enduring historical artifact, carrying these messages in everyday circulation while also preserving the image of George Washington and the symbolism of the United States for future generations. The next top. The 1983 P. Washington quarter dollar is a United States 25-cent coin struck at the United States Mint facility in Philadelphia. The P. Mint mark indicates that the coin was produced in Philadelphia, which was one of the first years that Philadelphia quarters regularly carried a mint mark. This quarter belongs to the long-running Washington quarter series that began in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington. The obverse, front, of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Washington designed by John Flanagan. Around the portrait are several inscriptions that carry historical and national significance. At the top appears the word liberty, representing freedom and the founding ideals of the United States. To the left of Washington's neck is the motto "In God We Trust," an official national motto expressing a traditional statement of faith that appears on U.S. currency. The date 1983 appears at the bottom, indicating the year of minting, while the small p mint mark is found near the date, identifying the Philadelphia Mint as the production facility. The reverse, back, of the 1983 p quarter displays a heraldic eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, symbolizing both military readiness and peace. Above the eagle is the inscription United States of America, identifying the issuing nation. Across the top of the eagle appears the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, which translates as, out of many, one. This motto reflects the union of many states and peoples into a single nation. At the bottom of the reverse is the denomination quarter dollar, indicating the coin's value of 25 cents. The design was also created by John Flanagan and remained in use on circulating quarters until the introduction of the State Quarters program in 1999. The 1983 p quarter is particularly interesting to coin collectors because quarters from 1982 and 1983 were not included in official mint sets sold to collectors by the United States Mint. As a result, obtaining high-grade uncirculated examples can be more challenging than for many other modern quarters. Millions of these coins entered everyday circulation, and most examples found today show wear from decades of use. Collectors often search for coins with strong strikes, minimal contact marks, original mint luster, and attractive eye appeal. In top certified grades, a 1983 p quarter can be worth significantly more than its face value, while circulated examples are generally worth only 25 cents unless they possess unusual errors or exceptional preservation. The coin is composed of a copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper nickel-clad metal. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. The edge is reeded, featuring a series of vertical grooves around the circumference. These specifications were standard for U.S. quarters following the transition away from silver coinage in 1965. The Washington quarter has become one of the most recognizable coins in American history, serving as a daily medium of exchange for generations of Americans. The next top. The 1996 p United States quarter dollar is part of the long-running Washington Quarter series that honors the first President of the United States, George Washington. The letter P on the coin indicates that it was struck at the United States Mint in Philadelphia. The obverse, front, of the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Above the portrait appears the word, liberty, representing freedom and one of the core ideals of the United States. To the left of Washington is the phrase, "In God We Trust," which has appeared on many U.S. coins for generations and serves as the national motto of the United States. To the right of the portrait is the date 1996, and beneath the date is the small p mint mark, identifying Philadelphia as the mint where the coin was produced. The coin is composed of a copper core clad between layers of copper. Nickel has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, weighs 5.67 grams, and has a reeded edge. The reverse, back, of the 1996 p quarter displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread, a design also created by John Flanagan. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, identifying the issuing nation. Directly below that inscription is the phrase, E pluribus unum, a Latin motto meaning, out of many, one. This phrase reflects the union of many states, peoples, and backgrounds into one nation. Beneath the eagle appears the denomination, quarter dollar, indicating that the coin is worth 1/4 of a U.S. dollar, or 25 cents. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing strength and preparedness, while olive branches below represent peace. This reverse design was used on Washington quarters from 1932 until the beginning of the 50 state quarters program in 1999. The year 1996 is notable because it marked the 64th year of the Washington Quarter Series. Millions of these coins were produced for circulation, making the standard 1996 P quarter a common coin in everyday commerce. Most examples found in circulation today are worth face value unless they are in exceptionally high mint condition or possess a rare minting error. Collectors often search for examples with strong strikes, minimal wear, and attractive luster. Proof versions from that year were struck separately for collectors, but those carry an S mint mark from United States Mint rather than a P. The inscriptions on the coin each carry historical significance. Liberty reflects the founding principles of the United States. In God We Trust became increasingly common on U.S. coinage during the 19th century and was later adopted as the national motto. E pluribus unum has appeared on U.S. coins since the nation's early years and remains one of the most recognized mottos in American history. Together with United States of America and quarter dollar, these inscriptions communicate the coin's national identity, values, and denomination. For collectors and historians, the 1996 P Washington Quarter represents a classic example of late 20th century American circulating coinage and serves as a small but enduring piece of U.S. history.